Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nini and today we'll be doing a paint with me. So for this one I wanted to try using gouache, and it's something that I barely use. This isn't the first time though. This is actually the first painting that I did with Pep, and I felt like it was pretty alright, so I wanted to try it again with a different subject, and I chose Haku and Chihiro from Spirited Away. They are usually the ones that I use when I'm trying out a new medium, and I guess without further ado, let's get started. So for this one, I already decided that I was going to sketch before recording, and so what you see on the page is a sketch done with Prismacolor pencils, and then I just put water on the paper to activate it. So for gouache, you can kind of use it as watercolor or acrylic paint. I didn't really like the way that it looked as like a watercolor kind of medium, so I decided to try and make it as smooth as possible, which I think that I kind of made it at the end, but I'm not really sure. So I started with the background, as I usually do with my traditional paintings. And I found that making the background was pretty hard. Like, as you can see from the reference picture in the top left, it's not as dark as I would like it to be. But I do like how I did the trees and the gate that are in the background. Studio Ghibli's nature scenery is always like really magical, and it just looks really pretty. I'm pretty sure that they paint them traditionally and then put them in the background of the animation. I usually paint my trees like this, like I don't give them too much detail, just enough to let you know that they're trees. And I felt like I did pretty well with that in this picture. So you can see that I'm starting to paint the gate, and it actually was my favorite part of painting this, which was a really surprising to me. Like later on, you'll see me painting the highlights from the lamp. Now I'm starting to get into Haku's mane, and I found this part to be really therapeutic as well. I'm not very good at painting hair, but I feel like I did pretty well with this one, and the gouache really laid down perfectly on top of each color. And I had to mix like the different blues and greens to go into his mane, and I just found the whole process to be like really therapeutic. What's so great about gouache is that you can reactivate it while it's already dry on the paper. That's also a weakness of it as well. So for the shadows on Haku's body, it got kind of dark, so I had to reactivate it with water to make it a bit lighter and blend more into his body, the color of his body. But overall, I think that Haku turned out pretty well for my first time using, or my earlier times of using gouache. When it comes to details in paintings, I'm not very good at it. As you can see, I kind of struggled with the eye, and you'll see later on that I struggled with the details on Chihiro's body as well. I know I have the kind of lettering paintbrush that comes with the Himi gouache kit, but it's not the greatest for detail work. I wish I had like a skinnier paintbrush to do it. And now we're starting to paint Chihiro. I'm not very good at painting humans or like drawing humans in general. I've been trying to get better at it, and you can see my progress on my Instagram account. So I didn't exactly draw Chihiro in the Studio Ghibli style. I drew her in kind of my style, and I think it turned out pretty alright for my first time painting a cartoon character, or a human cartoon character. But I did struggle a little bit with the shadows and the colors on her shirt. They just wouldn't, it just made her like really stand out from the background instead of like creating a harmony with the whole piece, which really frustrated me, so I had to take a break and stop working on her. Her eyes also frustrated me because of what I said before, the size of my brush. But for my earlier attempts with gouache, I think she turned out pretty alright. Okay, so now this part, like I said before, it was so therapeutic. I just really loved painting the light coming off of the lamp onto the gate post. And I've never done this in a painting, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. So I hope you don't mind my wrist brace. I believe that I have carpal tunnel. My hands have been really bothering me, so sorry for the change. So I took a break and came back to it. That's why the lighting is different. I came back like around midnight to finish this painting, and I kind of just went back in to make it look more harmonious, I guess would be the word. Like to make it, yeah, whatever. So I went back in and I redid the shadows on Haku's body and added more detail. And I also made sure to add shadows on Chihiro's shirt and to her face. Yeah. I don't usually do line art, but I felt like it was kind of necessary for Chihiro because some of the paint just wasn't looking right. But I think that it made the final product look better. Now I'm just doing a few touch-ups to make sure that the paint blended well together, especially on Haku's whiskers sort of things, and to make sure that the highlights stood out. And now for everyone's favorite part, ripping off the tape. and it's done. I really like how it turned out, and I do feel like I would probably do another gouache painting in the future. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Have a great day!